Today we're going to talk about the relationship between memory and the passage of time. Welcome to another episode of Here's Something Interesting. Today we're going to talk about our experience of the passage of time and how that's directly correlated to our memories. First, let me pose a question to you. What's more important, actually living a longer life or feeling like you lived a longer life? Take a moment and really think about that. For example, let's say you lived to 90, but your subjective experience of life only felt like 60 years. Is that better or worse than only living to 60, but having a subjective experience that felt like 90 years? Our subjective experience of time is always changing, it's variable. We've all experienced a day that feels like it's lasted a week. And vice versa, I'm sure we've all had months that only feel like a couple weeks have passed. So what does this changing in subjective experience have to do with memories? We use memories as chronological landmarks when looking back and viewing our passage of time. I learned about this in the book Moonwalking with Einstein by Joshua Foer. Here's one of the excerpts from his book. We remember events by positioning them in time relative to other events. X happened right after I got my first job, or Y happened right before that trip to Paris. We look back at a memory and judge when it happened by where it falls in time relative to other memories. So it could be said that the more things that we can remember, the longer it will feel like we have lived. And the opposite can be true. The less that we remember, the shorter it can feel like we've lived. This is very apparent in an experiment that was done by a Frenchman named Michel Siffre. Yeah, my French isn't very good, so I probably pronounced that wrong. My bad. In this experiment, he went down into a cave for 2 months. He had no access to a clock, a calendar, or the sun. He wanted to see how the lack of these items impacted the way that he would eat and sleep and live his life. He would eat when he felt hungry, he would sleep when he felt like it was time to sleep, and he tracked everything in a personal journal. Very quickly into this experiment, his memory started deteriorating significantly. This happened because every day in the cave was just like the day before. It was all monotonous. There were no memories or unique experiences to distinguish one day from the next or 1 hour from the next. So everything melded into one indistinguishable blob of time. In fact, when his team came into the cave 2 months later to end the experiment, Michel thought only a month had passed. So without any unique memories or experiences in that cave, it collapsed his experience of time by a factor of 2. The author of Moonwalking with Einstein summed this up in a perfect quote in his book. Monotony collapses time, novelty unfolds it. Think about how this could apply to your own life. If you get stuck in a rut and a routine and every single day feels like the same thing over and over and over again, whether that's in your work life or your personal life or both, then life will feel much shorter than it really is. So what lesson can this teach us? It teaches us that we should always strive to experience new things, to travel to new places, to meet new people, to try things that we've never tried before. When we do that, it can expand the passage of time. This is one of the reasons that life seems to go faster the older that we get. When we're at a young age, just about every experience and interaction in life is new and unique. We feel like we're constantly being inundated with all of these new experiences. As we get older, all of these experiences turn into routine because we've seen them before. In order to fight that, we need to be diligent and purposeful in how we live our lives and the things that we experience. Here's a question that he asks in his book. Just like the proverbial tree falling in the forest, if an experience isn't remembered, did it actually happen? If we have new and unique experiences, then we're more likely to save those memories. And if we save those memories, we're more likely to feel as if we've lived a longer life. Once again, I'm going to ask the question that I asked in the beginning of this video. What's more important to you? Actually living a longer life or feeling like you've lived a longer life? I'm curious, let me know in the comments below. That's all for this week's episode. If you like this video and you want to see more just like it, I would ask that you hit the subscribe button right here. I upload new videos every Thursday, so that's when you can expect them. If you want to watch my last video, go ahead and click the button right here. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay curious.